What is up, guys? Lincoln here, and this week we have some seriously scary trending videos for you. Check them out. As always, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. UFO sightings have surged in recent days, fueled by a bombshell claim from a former U.S. government official. This individual alleges the government not only possesses unidentified flying objects, but also non-human biological material.
Do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Coinciding with this revelation, a wave of UFO videos has flooded the internet. One such video, captured in San Andreas, California, initially appeared to show a plane or drones. However, the object then performs a maneuver that defies conventional explanation. Another Texas sighting adds to the growing mystery. Multiple witnesses reported observing 5 strange lights in the sky. While drones were initially considered, the object's incredible speed ruled out that possibility. Are these recent sightings connected to the government's alleged UFO program? The timing and nature of the videos certainly raises questions. What do you think? Is this a coordinated effort to disclose the truth about UFOs, or simply a series of unexplained aerial phenomena? On March 28th of this year, viewers watching their local news were left stunned by a strange and unexplainable event. A video originally shared on Instagram captured something that seemed to defy the laws of nature. The footage, which aired without any editing marks, showed a flock of birds in flight. However, in a blink of an eye, the birds simply vanished. This bizarre occurrence has sparked a lot of discussion and debate online. How could these birds just disappear so suddenly, especially during a live television broadcast? It's pretty crazy. With no clear explanation for what happened, the video has left many people confused and curious. So, the question remains, what exactly caused the birds to vanish in those few seconds caught on camera? For now, the mystery of the disappearing birds continues to puzzle those who witnessed it. In the shadowy depths of the Pacific Northwest, 2 trail cameras miles apart captured images that have ignited the imaginations of both skeptics and believers. The first picture, taken in the moonlight, hails from a remote location. It's blurry and distant, but it shows a large dark figure barely visible. Of course, the details are hard to make out, but the size and shape hint at something extraordinary. The second camera, situated a few miles away, offers a more captivating image. Captured much closer, it reveals a truly intriguing figure. You can see as the moonlight illuminates the creature's form, showcasing its massive build, covered in thick dark fur. Look closer at the hands. Enormous and powerful. The sheer size of the fingers speak volumes about this being's strength. The muscular arms and broad shoulders taper down, eerily reminiscent of countless Bigfoot descriptions. Captured in the dead of night, each vantage point offers a unique piece of this puzzle. The moonlight in the background creates a very eerie atmosphere. Now, of course, some will dismiss this as misidentified animals or a trick of the eye. But for those who believe in Bigfoot, these images could represent a rare visual encounter with the legendary giant. This is a creepy video taken inside a home. We see a man and what looks like a kid, maybe it's just one person. It's hard to tell, they're just sitting on the couch watching TV. The camera is placed so that it picks up the doorway and a good portion of this part of the home. Well, it picks up something else as well. Keep your eyes peeled to the left of the screen. Yeah, that is someone peering into their home. And obviously what makes it worse is that it looks like a skeleton or alien. Some commenters are saying that it's a skinwalker. But what the heck is that thing? I'll say this is either a hoax or this is super sketchy. This video clip was uploaded by Mario Laro on his YouTube channel. He showcases various events and happenings from his piñata store located in Guadalajara, Mexico. Now, over the years, his store has gained notoriety, becoming something of a tourist attraction, but not just for its colorful piñatas. There are widespread rumors that the place is haunted. Staff and visitors have reported a number of eerie occurrences, such as objects being tossed around by an invisible force or just moving all by themselves. There have even been instances where employees claim to have been attacked by aggressive, unseen entities. In one particularly chilling video, Mario is deeply engrossed in a virtual reality game when a transparent figure suddenly materializes in the doorway behind him. The figure, which appears to look like a child, just stands there for a few moments. Now, we can't really see any of his facial expressions, but what we can see is that he seems to be somewhat confused, perplexed, as he just stares at Mario. No sooner than he appeared, he runs off, disappearing out of sight. So Mario was obviously freaked out when he saw the footage of this. And in an attempt to get to the bottom of these paranormal activities, Mario conducted an experiment in 2021. He took and spread flour all over the floor of his store to see if he could capture any footprints from these invisible visitors. It didn't work the first few times, but after some time, a series of footprints did in fact appear on the flour-covered floor. Adding to the eeriness, a clicking sound could be heard in the background throughout the ordeal. Many viewers who have watched this footage suggest that Mario should seriously consider having his store blessed by a priest, to perhaps cleanse it of any lingering spirits. I can't argue with him there. However, whether you're a skeptic or a believer, it's hard to deny that something mysterious is happening at this store. This is a crazy clip taken off a beach in Mexico. I mean, first of all, what kind of fish even is this? And second of all, I don't think I want to see the fish that took the bites out of it. I mean, this has to most likely be a shark, right? The worrisome part is that I've been around the water my entire life and I've never seen a fish like this, so this thing must be pretty deep. Which begs the question, what is down there that we don't know about? But let me know if anyone recognizes this fish and has any ideas of what took all these bites out of it. Man. A TikToker recently shared a captivating video that shows an odd object floating in the sky. Back in 2021, an onlooker managed to capture this mysterious occurrence and even added a thought-provoking caption that read, "Can a meteorite do a U-turn?" In the clip, you can see a glowing ball of light that suddenly changes its direction in midair, performing what looks like a U-turn. Now, a lot of people who've watched this video were quick to jump to the conclusion that we're looking at some kind of alien spacecraft. However, it's important to note that we can't confirm that based solely on one piece of footage. But what we can say, and I think we should all agree upon, is that the object's movement is definitely out of the ordinary. The speed at which it moves doesn't resemble anything that we're accustomed to, whether a regular airplane or helicopter. On top of that, the object looks different from any aircraft we're familiar with. It doesn't have wings, doesn't have propellers. I mean, the thing looks like it's on fire. It's just this bright glowing ball that appears to defy the law of physics. So what do you think we're dealing with here? Could this be an alien craft some advanced military technology or governmental spy plane? Or could it just be something with a very simple explanation? I don't know, but whatever it is, it has thousands of comments, so I would love to know what you guys think. The security footage that's made its way online is quite intriguing. It features a dimly lit hallway within an office complex, seemingly empty and quiet. Out of the blue, from a particularly dark corner of the corridor, a mysterious figure emerges. The individual appears somewhat translucent, kind of dark, and vaguely resembles a human form, yet it lacks any distinct features. After a few moments, the figure retreats and disappears back into the shadows from which it came. Many viewers who have watched this video are convinced that they're witnessing a shadow person. For those unfamiliar, a shadow person is often described as a dark silhouette resembling a human. Some believe it's merely a trick of the eye, while others think it represents the presence of a spirit or an otherworldly being. This phenomenon has deep roots in paranormal and supernatural lore, with many tales of individuals encountering these elusive figures. Considering the mysterious nature of the video, one could also argue a more rational explanation. Might it be possible that this is simply a camera glitch or something? Given that the mysterious figure appeared in a poorly lit area and was pretty far from the camera's viewpoint, technical imperfections could have played a role in this. This could just be a regular person. But what say you guys? Do you lean more towards the supernatural, or are you in the camp that believes there's a logical explanation? Alright, an Instagram post on the account The Confessional Podcast has gotten a lot of attention from people interested in the paranormal. The video, uploaded on March 29th of this year, appears to be security camera footage from a backyard in El Salvador. Well, things get strange quickly. The video shows a strange-looking figure walk through the yard before it seemingly vanishes into thin air. What makes this figure stand out is its unusual proportions, with a noticeably large head on a small body. Viewers are chomping at the bit with theories, many suggesting it could be a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are creatures from Native American folklore said to be able to change shape or possess animals, and that definitely adds to the mystery surrounding this video. Now, for the bad news is that there isn't much additional information available about the video, making it difficult to find a clear explanation. As a result of that, the strange sighting remains unexplained. And I think until more information comes to light, the true nature of the figure will remain a mystery. In March of 2022, a TikTok user named Jacob Ward captured a video that left viewers scratching their heads. Filming the night sky, Ward recorded what appeared to be a large meteor streaking across the heavens. However, the sight quickly became much stranger. As Ward continued filming, the object's path in the sky seemed to change in an unusual way. Ward and his friends were left wondering if they might be witnessing something truly out of this world. Perhaps even alien activity. Many viewers who saw the video shared Ward's surprise. The object's movement definitely seemed unusual, defying what we normally expect from falling objects. Some commenters even suggested it might be defying the laws of physics entirely. Theories range from the possibility of extraterrestrial visitors to more fantastical explanations. Someone even mentioned unicorns. Yes, they did. However, others offered a more down-to-earth explanation. Some viewers pointed out that the object's behavior could be easily explained by a skydiving display. In such displays, skydivers sometimes attach flares to their ankles, creating a similar visual effect as they descend. I have no experience skydiving, but do people do that at night? It seems... No. I'm out. But nevertheless, aliens are skydivers. The answer remains unclear. Take a look at the video yourself and tell me what you think. The goat comes out from the barn, offering a clearer view of the bizarre creature clinging to its side. It's black, with a long serpentine body tightly wrapped around the goat's lower body. The farmers, armed with sticks, are attempting to pry this creature loose. After several determined jabs, they manage to break its hold, sending it scrambling away. But yeah, that is where things take a truly bizarre turn. Instead of running on four legs like any normal animal, the creature contorts its body, almost slithers and slides across the ground with surprising speed, like a snake on fast forward. Slowing down the footage dramatically, we zoom in for a closer look at this mystery in motion. And what on earth could this thing be? Can you imagine if you were just walking through your living room and you notice your dog staring intently out of the glass? Curious, you take a peek and you see this massive mountain lion pawing at your window?
On our patio. He wants to eat my dog. Dash. Dash, get back. Dash. 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 Get away. Dash, come here. Dash. God, dumb dog. Dash.
The dog, named Dash, deserves some credit here. He does not back away from that cat. Look at how the lion paws at the window. Like, dang, dinner is so close yet so far away. Here's a really wild video from Missouri. A homeowner shows amazing courage when his dog was suddenly attacked by a coyote in their backyard. Check this out. The video catches the moment when the homeowner, just carefully checking out the surroundings, sees his dog run towards a neighbor's place with a coyote right behind it. In a split second, the homeowner steps in, stopping the coyote from getting to the small dog. What happens next is incredible. He snatches this coyote up and lifts him off the ground. The man then goes over and puts the coyote in a dumpster and shuts the top. This is a powerful example of how far someone might go to keep their pet safe. Keith reaches out to Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization with a mixture of curiosity and reverence. I'm going to read the actual email he sent. Good evening, RMSO. My name is Keith and I come from the North Cheyenne Nation. I have in my possession a trail camera photo that might just capture the elusive Bigfoot. The owner of the photo, also a member of our tribe, snapped this near a spring on the land where he grazes his cattle. Now, like us, the RMSO team is pumped to receive this. It's an exceptional discovery, and these guys have their own collection of trail cameras and other types of videos as well. Now, the guys back at RMSO said they'd put the various light filters on it like they did before with the other photo. I mean, this really is a striking picture if you look at it. I mean, there's a distinct shape, elongated arms, it has the characteristic dome head, and look how broad its shoulders are. I really need to follow up on this. I hope they're able to unearth some further details. But to me, this is really incredible. This is such a clear photo. Okay, now this is super eerie. A cruise ship starts to make an unscheduled U-turn when the captain spots an orange life raft in the middle of the ocean. I just have to say, something like this is one of my worst nightmares, as I'm sure it is for many people. I guess the only thing that could make it worse would be not having a raft. Look how hard it is to see that, nearly impossible. Wow, my adrenaline started pumping watching this. As it gets closer, there looks like there are people or a person on there. And there are. What an incredible event. I had to go to the comments on this one, and I found this from someone named Alex. Alex says, "Fortunately, this story has a remarkable and uplifting twist. The life raft in question belonged to the ill-fated Two Brothers, a ship that sank off the coast of the Dominican Republic. Miraculously, all passengers from the Two Brothers survived their ordeal at sea. In a display of incredible seamanship and compassion, 6 of them were rescued by a Carnival cruise ship, and another 6 were found clinging to floating wreckage, all of whom were brought to safety. Just incredible. This next photo was in a group of photos posted on Reddit, and when I saw it, I could not believe the number of comments it had gotten. Check it out. The picture supposedly shows a person peeking through the crack of a door into a bathroom and looking at this guy. The guy says he's freaked out and snapped a picture of it. Commenters have thrown a multitude of guesses around. Some are calling BS, but a majority of the people see the creature, person, figure, whatever it is, and claim they would be freaked out too. Now, I can definitely see something in the crack of the door, but I feel like it's nearly impossible to make out what it is. After looking at it a few times and concentrating really hard, I can see what one might think is a face. One commenter said that the figure has face paint on. Heck, I don't know. The OP says he was home alone, and I think he's being honest about that because, well, he's using the bathroom with the door wide open. I'm having a hard time getting around the thought process of an intruder entering my home, shocking me while I'm sitting on the toilet, then whipping out my phone, snapping a picture, scrolling for the skull emoji, posting it to Snapchat and Reddit. Maybe I'm a boomer. Oh my goodness, this is not what you want to see. Holy heck. This kid caught on film as a sitting duck to this big old black bear that has wandered into a neighborhood. All of a sudden, a man appears and scares the bear off. Wow, that poor kid, man, I know he was terrified. As we watch it again, the guy gets out of his vehicle because he sees the kid is in trouble. It looks like he and his wife were leaving the neighborhood and happened upon this. Wow, what a guy. The way people are these days, sadly, many might have stayed in the truck. But not this hero here. I truly think that that guy saved that kid's life. Wow. I mean, when I tell you that I dug this story and this photo out of the depths of the supernatural archives of Reddit, please believe. This picture tells the tale of the Martinez dog demon, a paranormal mystery captured in a photograph that has puzzled and terrified those who have seen it for years. The story begins with Joe and Patty Martinez, a couple who, while celebrating a friend's 50th wedding anniversary, unknowingly became the subjects of an eerie and unexplained phenomenon. As they smiled for a photograph, little did they know that this snapshot would reveal more than just memories. For lurking behind Joe, there appeared a sinister dog-like entity, an entity not seen by anyone during the event, and absolutely not supposed to be there. The photograph became a striking example of occurrences where unseen figures make unexpected appearances, leaving more questions than answers. What makes this case particularly unsettling is not just the creature's ghastly appearance, but also the troubled background of the man it chose to lurk behind, Joe Martinez. Joe had been wrestling with a deep-seated drug addiction, a battle that he described as soul-destroying. This addiction remained a secret tormentor, eating away at him, yet he managed to keep it hidden from those around him. Despite the struggles within, Joe and Patty attended the anniversary, unaware that this photograph would change their lives forever. Upon discovering the demonic figure in the photo, Patty and Joe were shocked. There were no dogs at this event, and no explanation for the creature's presence. Patty saw it as a manifestation of Satan himself, a common interpretation by many. Joe, however, interpreted it differently. He saw it as a stark representation of the battle raging within him. The fight between good and evil. Patty represented the good, the light guiding him out of the darkness, while the demon symbolized the evil, the addiction that had consumed so much of his life. Taking it as a sign, Joe embarked on a relentless fight against his addiction, with the photograph serving as a powerful reminder of what he was battling against. It's said that Joe carries this photo in his wallet, a personal reminder to never give up and to fight the darkness of his past. While Joe's struggle with addiction found a semblance of resolution, the mystery of the Martinez dog demon remains unsolved. a topic of fascination and fear in the world of paranormal enthusiasts and beyond. It stands as a creepy reminder that sometimes the camera sees more than the eye. This video is so funny. This lady announces that her pet duck Adam is going for his first swim, and this guy just books it out of there. I mean, I was dying. I must be missing something. Is that even a duck? Did anyone else know they could do that? Like, what in the world? Look at that thing just skirt across the water like that. There's no way that's a duck. Well, at least not the ducks I'm used to. The little pond ducks. A lady in the comments said Adam wasn't a pet, he was a hostage. I don't know, but him running on that water really threw me. Really cool clip here. At the beginning of the clip, we hear the storm siren go off. We slowly see the trees begin to sway and the wind is picking up. As I keep watching, all I'm thinking is, look at that trash can. There's always that one guy on the street that leaves his trash can out for days. Well, today is not the day for that because it is quickly going to become a projectile. The rain's starting to come in and the wind's picking up even more. The trash can is on its last legs and then swoosh, it's gone and all hell is breaking loose. Look at this, the wind is insane. Look at that tree that gets uprooted. Just nuts. In this next intriguing clip, we dive into the mysterious case of the Mecha Hulk. The Mecha Hulk is a colossal creature that found its way onto a trail camera in the wilds near Tucson, Arizona. Okay, so a trail camera perched above the ground at a vantage point of about 10 feet peers down into a dry creek bed and captures this startling image. The guys at RMSO enhanced the image with various light filters to give us a clearer view of our subject. The story comes from a guy named BH, who recounts the tale on behalf of a friend, the owner of the trail camera. The first thing they want us to know is that this is not your ordinary backyard sighting. This camera was strategically placed on a tree in the woods, capturing anything that walked on this path. Well, it did just that, and captured this absolute behemoth peering directly into the lens. As we look at it, it's almost like it's acknowledging that it's being filmed. Now, there are a few things that stick out about this photo, no doubt, but let's talk about its size. Are we able to capture the size of this creature from the photo? Well, the camera is stationed 10 feet off the ground, and the creature's looking right into the camera, so it's at least 10 feet tall. The guys say they couldn't really make out the width of the body, but you can see the shoulders in the picture. Personally, the first thing that sticks out to me is this red eye. I mean, what is that? If this is not a hoax, this really is quite the picture. The head is gigantic. To me, the thing looks bald too, and I can see the unmistakable outline of a nose, mouth, chin. Again, I know they said they can't see the torso, but if you look at the width of the blurred part where his body would be, I reckon he's pretty big. Now, this was a pretty long interview that I condensed, and these guys were hung up about the proportions, how big this guy was. The million-dollar question to me is, what is it? Are we looking at a Bigfoot? Because it doesn't look like one. The creature has been dubbed the Mecha Hulk, which it does kind of look like a Hulk, or something else from a Marvel movie. I don't know, I'd like to know what everyone else thinks. Again, if not a hoax, pretty incredible. This next clip is sure to get your adrenaline pumping. Look as this shark tails this paddleboarder. I mean, this guy is right behind her, waiting for her to make a mistake. So a little backstory here is that the lady that's being filmed is part of a relay team, and they are in a race from Florida to the Bahamas.
Sit down.
Yep.
Gabe.
Gabe! This is why he should not.
Gabe!
Hammerhead shark right here. Jade, stay there.
In the video, you can hear the man encouraging her to keep coming. Then he says, "Sit down." No. I'm not sitting down. Move out of my way and let me jump in that boat. The camera moves over to where we see another team member kneeling on his board, and they start telling him to stay still, that there's a big hammerhead directly under his board. Now, I guess the worry here isn't really falling off, but it's being knocked off, right? Paddleboards are pretty sturdy, but not if you have a massive shark ram into it. In a tucked-away town hugged by mountains, there used to be an elementary school that echoed with the sounds of kids for decades. As time went by, the school aged, and the decision was made to tear it down. Just before it was demolished, a local photographer, one who had actually gone to school there, got curious. He slipped inside with just his cell phone and started snapping pictures of the empty halls and dusty classrooms. He says he was really trying to capture the last bits of a place filled with so many memories. The photographer took dozens and dozens of pictures, just snapping away. Afterward, when he uploaded the pictures, something odd caught his eye. One photo didn't just show the peeling paint and cracked tiles. There was something else. It looked like a little kid. Just a shadowy outline standing there. Now, many are quick to say that this is just a trick of light. Others swear it's the ghost of a past pupil that's passed away and has made this old school their home. That is definitely a spooky thought. This photo and story still floats around the town, and it's turned into their local ghost story. And just a little side note, the photographer that took the shot is adamant that he does not believe in the paranormal. He might now. This video really is crazy. These high voltage power lines are sparking like mad. Captured in a Florida neighborhood, the video shows what happens when two power lines touch by accident. Look at the way it sparks, then zips down the entire length of the lines. Happens over and over.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
In the video, you can hear people screaming in the background. These kinds of mishaps are super dangerous though. They can make the power lines break, and if a line hits the ground, it could lead to even bigger problems. I don't blame them for screaming. It looks pretty scary to see something like this go down right in your own neighborhood. So this story is about a real event that has been talked about for years. Some people find it spooky or weird. Some people find it magical, special. I'm going to let you decide for yourself. The boxing match between Luther McCarty and Arthur Pelkey took place on May 24th of 1913. It was at a place in Calgary, Ontario, really just an old barn set up for this much anticipated fight. The weather and sky was dark and cloudy, no sunlight at all. Inside, where 6,000 fans were cheering, the only light crept in from the creaky boards of the barn. As soon as the fight started, Pelkey hit McCarty with a quick 1-2 punch, including a strong uppercut that made McCarty's head snap back and a right punch that hit his chest hard. McCarty's legs gave out and he fell, part of him hanging out of the ring. Right then, as the ref came over to count him out, a strange beam of light shone down, lighting up just McCarty. The crowd went quiet. They were shocked, just staring at McCarty on the ground. The light vanished as quickly as it appeared when the count ended. Everyone was blown away. Unfortunately, attempts to revive McCarty failed, and he was declared dead right there, only 2 minutes into the fight. The photo from the fight above shows the weird streak of light, and many say that this is the only photo that exists from that fight. There's no clear explanation for how the light got there. Some are saying it's a hoax, but mostly because they don't have any answers. Of course, we could chalk it up as a fluke with an old camera, but despite the debates, the story and the photo have become famous in the boxing world, known as 10 seconds of light. Let me know if you guys have ever heard about this or have any other details. I stumbled on this and thought it was fascinating. Personally, I completely believe in stuff like this. It feels divine. People might say there's no way that light could shine through the roof of the building. There's a way. This video was posted online where two friends run into something super crazy in the woods. As they shine a flashlight deep into the woods, the person holding the camera confirms to their buddy that they were right about seeing something weird. Suddenly they see movement, scurrying. They spot the reason for their alarm, a figure lurking in the shadows that looks like some kind of skinwalker, human-like creature moving around. The guy with the camera tells his buddy, dude, take a shot. And bam, 3 shots ring out.
But what the f is? I told y'all there was something out here.
Holy
Shoot that motherfucker, dude. Hit that motherfucker. Dude, I think you missed it.
But it looks like they missed because the creature quickly zipped away into the woods. Okay, yeah, so that was a super eerie moment, but firing shots might not have been the wisest decision. I mean, it could have just been someone messing around, and next thing you know, you're arrested. You might have seen this video because this thing went viral. We can see a very common scene taking place in this girl's kitchen. She's doing a little work and is about to sink her teeth into the sandwich. As soon as she gets up and starts walking, the dog springs into action, jumping and putting his paws on her chest, which, come to find out, is a signal for her to sit down. Initially, she tries to kind of shoo the dog off, but he's persistent and she realizes what's going on now. Eventually, she sits down and the dog gives her the signal to stay seated. Once he feels she's stabilized, he runs to the counter and jumps up and grabs the meds and passes them off to her. Next, he hits the fridge, pulls it open, and brings her something to drink. You can see as she's overwhelmed by her dog's intuition. Man, dogs are great. A homeowner recently shared some unsettling security footage. In the video, a woman can be seen wandering around the property, looking lost and disoriented. She moves without purpose, wandering aimlessly for several minutes, seemingly unsure of where she's headed. It's important to note that Rainey's property isn't just any regular plot of land. It's nestled in a remote mountainous area, far removed from neighboring homes and major thoroughfares. On the night the footage was taken, the weather was particularly cold. It's puzzling to think why anyone would choose to wander around in such inhospitable conditions. In another segment of the video, the woman is seen clutching her arm, either because of an injury or perhaps as a protective gesture. Strangely enough, she doesn't appear to be seeking help. She doesn't call out to anyone or knock on any doors, despite seeming distressed. Rainey, puzzled and concerned, decided to share the video online. The hope is that someone might recognize the woman or shed light on the mysterious situation. After all, it's not every day you see someone wandering aimlessly on a cold night in a remote area, especially without seeking assistance. Let me know what you guys think about this. At first I thought it was going to be more sinister. Now I'm leaning towards someone that might have had a few too many cocktails. In a video shared by a man named Roger, we get a glimpse of his day spent gardening. It started as just another ordinary day, but in a twist of events, it took a turn that could have had serious consequences. Roger is seen suddenly falling to the ground, seemingly without any clear cause. But is that really the full story? If you pay close attention to the rock next to Roger's foot, you'll notice something peculiar. Just as Roger is about to take a step, the rock shifts on its own, seemingly without any external force. It's almost as if something invisible nudged it. This unexpected movement led to Roger's unfortunate fall and subsequent injury. Many viewers have put forth theories to explain the mysterious movement of the rock. Some suggest it might have been caused by a string attached to Roger's shoe, pulling the rock out from under him. However, this theory was promptly refuted by the person who uploaded the video. Another theory that has gained traction is a more supernatural one. Some believe that a poltergeist, a ghost or spirit known for causing physical disturbances, could be the culprit. These entities, as often described in folklore and stories, are believed to be capable of not only moving objects, but also causing more direct harm, like pinching, biting, or even tripping people. So the question remains, what really caused the rock to move under Roger's foot? Whether it's a simple explanation or something more eerie, the incident surely captured the curiosity of many. Next, we have a clip of none other than our favorite legendary primate. The creature seems to believe it is hidden in the trees as it watches hikers pass by. The moment it realizes the camera is on it, the creature swiftly disappears into the brush. But before it goes, we can get a clear look at its long brown hair and ape-like face. Like many other videos of Bigfoot we feature here, the creature wants to avoid humans at all costs. This is likely why it has been so difficult to capture irrefutable evidence of one. They don't want to be found. These creatures are extremely intelligent. It has been theorized that they live in small communities and either bury or cremate their dead, making it nearly impossible to find a Bigfoot carcass to study. Now that's definitely an interesting train of thought. Let us know your ideas on the matter.
I found this photo on Reddit, and the guy that posted it, his friend's son Adam was working for a roofing outfit in Tremont, Illinois. So that's basically the gist of it, but I'll read the email that he posted on Reddit. I've recently come across a photo that a friend had of his son, and I think it might capture your interest. The picture was taken by a young man named Adam, who works for Koch Construction in Tremont, Illinois. The story behind this photo is quite unsettling. Adam's crew had been hired to work on the roof of a house recently acquired by new owners. The house's previous resident, an older woman, had died almost 3 months earlier. For 2 whole days, Adam and his team labored on the roof without seeing a soul around the property. However, there's a curious detail in the photo Adam took with his camera phone. Through one of the old windows of the supposedly empty house, you can see the figure of someone looking out. Now, I don't know about you, but this looks eerily like the lady that might have lived there before. From what I know of Adam, he is known to be a reliable and straightforward person, not given to making up stories. So while the image might raise some eyebrows, I believe it to be true. It grabbed my attention and piqued my curiosity as well. Have a look at the photo for yourself, and I'm interested in your thoughts. Sincerely, Carl Aberg. Well, yeah, clear as day, you can see someone standing in that window. I mean, could the former owner really still be lingering in her home? And when I say that, I mean the ghost of her. I'm sure she didn't fake her death. The only other real legitimate thing I could think of is that maybe it was a mannequin of some sort, and they just didn't notice it until they took the picture. I don't even know. It sticks out like a sore thumb. In my opinion, it's either the ghost of the lady or it is a complete hoax. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think. Okay, these clips are nuts. They were shared by Mr. Tannen Paranormal on TikTok. The videos are going to show a boy repeatedly tormented by an ominous presence. In the initial segment, as he's playing with his toddler sister, a baby rolling chair shoots across the room on its own, and the way he's freaked out is unmistakable. Initially, he's frozen, and you can see him debating whether to grab his sister and run to safety, or bolt to the other room and grab his mom. We can't hear what the boy says to his mom, but she comes flying in, scoops up his sister, and starts swinging an umbrella as though she's warding off some invisible attacker, shouting for whatever it is to get the heck out and leave her family alone. I almost said a bad word there. The next event involving the same family, the child and his mother are enjoying a board game when something nutty happens. Out of nowhere, the game just flips off the table. Again, the boy is freaked out. His mother is trying to reassure him, let him know that everything's okay, and he's like, no, it's not. Didn't you just see the game flip off the table? And then he starts gesturing towards the room's corner, like he sees something over there. From what we can tell, the mother is insisting that nothing's over there, the space is empty. She even tosses a blanket towards the area. And that's when she got the fright of her life. The blanket landed on an outline of something that's unseen. The shape that the blanket molded around seemed to move independently, like it was a figure. On another occasion, the mom goes into the boy's room, tells him to wrap up the gaming session, we have school the next day. So like any good kid, he keeps playing. Of course he does. However, he is quickly going to stop when a shadowy figure materializes in the window's reflection, seemingly rising from the void. Wishing he had stopped playing the game, now noticing he's alone, he panics. His scream pierces the silence before he flies out of the room. The clips end with no real finality to these situations. But what's your perspective on these chilling moments? Do we think some otherworld ghostly presence is terrorizing the boy? Or is it just someone else terrorizing the boy? Which would be terrible, but for the love of social media. And it should go mention that the boy appears to be at the center of these disturbing happenings. Sure, his mother's in the vicinity, but they all start with him. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think. It appears that bears have tastes that extend beyond their well-known love for honey, as evidenced by a surprising event that unfolded at a family gathering in Mexico. A bold bear has made its way to the picnic table, eagerly partaking in the savory tacos and enchiladas. Who doesn't like Mexican food? The sight of the bear scared the family to death. I mean, they're pretty much motionless, which is a pretty typical reaction when faced with such a gigantic, imposing apex predator. In a moment of quick thinking, the person filming the incident put their camera down and distracted the bear with a fresh plate of enchiladas, allowing the family to slip away from the table and get into hiding. They joked around that the bear didn't stick around for dessert, leaving the cake untouched. Now, I hope I would react this way. I'll have to admit the calm demeanor the family maintained during this encounter is commendable. You know, this isn't a deer or some raccoons or wild geese, this is a bear. The bear seems to be young, and we all know the scariest part would be if his mother showed up. Nevertheless, I'm glad everyone's safe. It was interesting to see the bear's behavior when he encountered human food. It seemed he became quite absorbed in that feast, paying little mind to the humans nearby. Luckily. Alright, let's talk about this video for a sec. That bear didn't look that big, right? I mean, be honest. What are we doing here? Like, I'd have a really hard time holding my kid and just let the bear enjoy the smorgasbord right in front of me. Like I said in the video, I'm not going to fight it, but I'm at least going to get away. I don't know. Maybe not. All over the world, countless individuals are venturing into the wilderness in search of a break from the stresses of daily life. And this pulling desire for adventure draws them to remote corners of these vast natural paradises. Far, far away from cities and the social constraints of city life, the dog-eat-dog, the rat race. You guys know what I'm talking about. However, in these serene settings where many seek solitude and a moment of reflection, numerous unexplained phenomena occur. And occasionally, we are fortunate enough for someone to have caught these mysterious events on camera. Well, Rob Wakefield, a freelance content creator, managed to record a chilling sight in Stansted Mount Fitchett. In his footage, he captured a shadowy figure lingering on a path near the river. Unbeknownst to him, this eerie apparition is tied to the local legend of a tragic train accident. It's believed that the ghostly figure might be the spirit of a person who was struck by a train on the nearby tracks. Curious, Rob continued along the path toward the river, but he didn't notice anything unusual at the time. It was only later, when he had gotten home, after he reviewed the footage, that he realized he had captured something extraordinary. This creepy image, steeped in mystery and possibly hinting at the supernatural, was taken from Reddit. This photo was taken by an anonymous photographer using a Nokia 7250 picture phone at Eastwood City in Manila. This photo might just stretch the boundaries of our understanding of the afterlife. In this grainy nighttime image, two women smile for the camera, unaware of the eerie presence beside them. A ghostly figure seems to reach out and touch one of the ladies' arms. The peculiar aspect of this encounter is that at the moment the picture was snapped, nothing was felt or seen by either of the girls. What's truly captivating is the seemingly benign nature of this presence. Unlike many stories of hauntings that speak of dangerous, mean spirits, this one appears to be pretty pleasant, if it is a spirit at all. Some are saying it's a digital glitch, a hoax, or it really is a friendly visitor from the other side. I'd love for you to check out the image and draw your own conclusions. Do we have a genuine moment of paranormal contact, captured in the digital ether? Or is there another explanation behind the Manila mystery? As always, it seems the truth remains just out of reach. This next video became a TikTok sensation, but its content is far more unsettling than what you normally find there. This clip is scary for different reasons, if you ask me. If we look back quite some time, there have been worrisome connotations linked to churches involving clergy and young congregants, we'll say. In this footage, a priest is leading a hymn and prayers in Spanish, when out of nowhere a spine-tingling scream erupts from within the church.
El Señor esté con ustedes. El Señor esté con ustedes.
Everyone can hear it, and everyone that's present is alarmed. Some viewers suggest that the wail might have originated from a demon or a restless spirit calling out from beyond. However, when you want the real juice, you go to the comments, and there are a range of theories. A few suggest that the priest was well aware of the source of the sound, which might explain why he ended the service prematurely. Even though it's in Spanish, the voice is distinctly heard pleading for help. Observers noted, and this was the biggest thing that I noticed as well, is that the young altar boy appeared to glance around anxiously as the cries began. You even see him look out into the congregation like, is someone gonna say something or do something or help this person? But what really happened? It seems as if no one knows. Was an altar boy in distress, perhaps in some hidden recess of the church? Or is this a case of the supernatural? Regardless of the explanation, the very notion is deeply disturbing. Alright, so that video, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not really one to just jump on the bandwagon with certain things. But what really freaked me out about that was when the scream happened, the look on the kid's face. And I mentioned it in the video, like, to me, that was a look of, is somebody going to do something? I don't know. Maybe it's just, hopefully it's not, but. In the sewers of northern England, tales of unexplained entities living in the shadows have circulated for years. These subterranean passages, hidden beneath the urban landscape, are rumored to shelter mysterious beings. These creatures are thought to possess a unique form of bioluminescence, which they use to navigate their way through the pitch-black tunnels. Captured by a maintenance robot equipped with a night vision lens, The footage reveals a swift, shadowy figure darting past the camera with blazing speed. When we pause and really check out the image, distinct physical features become apparent. The figure definitely has hind limbs, and a tail that kind of reminds me of a kangaroo, but also shorter forelimbs or arms akin to those of like a raptor, or even some other reptilian species. Later in the clip, a more imposing figure appears. Its eyes pierce through the night and seem to be examining the robotic intruder, almost curious. Personally, to me, this larger being moves with a sense of grace, definitely for his size. At first glance, the word primate comes to mind, or even a massive animal that walks on four legs. I mean, what in the world could this be? You know, over the years and on into the future, science has granted us an expansive catalog of biological knowledge. Yet we're foolish to try to dismiss the abundance of mysteries that have yet to be unraveled. There are so many things that we don't know about. Anyhow, I'd like to know more about this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. In this particular video, a homeowner decided to review footage from his home security camera after noticing some odd occurrences near his staircase. To his astonishment, he observed what appeared to be the faint figures of a young boy and a dog frolicking on the stairs and in the nearby living room. Intrigued, but also a little scared, the homeowner decided to delve deeper into the history of his residence. And wouldn't you know it, back in the late 1960s, a family of four consisting of a couple, their two young children, a boy and a girl, and their pet dog, called this house their home. One afternoon, as the kids were returning from school, their dog, who had been eagerly waiting by a tree in the yard, started barking like crazy and jumping up and down and eventually dashed towards them. The younger child, a little boy, laughed and ran across the street to meet his little buddy. In an absolutely heart-wrenching turn of events, both the boy and the dog were struck by an oncoming vehicle, resulting in their untimely deaths. Even though I don't know this family, I can imagine. Just telling that part of the story stung a little bit, if I'm being honest. Anyhow, the question on everyone's mind is, could this footage be a glimpse of the boy and the young pup? Maybe their presence still lingering around the home? Funny enough, that's how the new owner sees it. He sees it as a cherished moment shared between a boy and his beloved pet. And he admits while he was scared at the beginning, he's no longer scared. It's actually a pleasant memory.
Driving down a deserted road, a man jams on his brakes when something odd catches his eye. Nope, I don't believe this is Bigfoot. It looks more like a wolf. At least that's what it looked like, but as we watch it again, this thing is strolling around on its hind legs. The man whips his car around and snaps a photo of what appears to be a bipedal dog or a wolf. It's hard to tell what we're looking at. Its arms are oddly thin, and it has this strange gait that makes you think twice. And the ears, they were difficult to make out, but they look similar to a dog's. It looks more like a monster, to be honest. My eyes keep being drawn to the arms. What are up with these things? It looks like they're missing skin and muscle. The arm bones are clearly visible. It's pretty gross, actually. But the rest of the body is definitely covered in a classic wolf's fur, all thick and shaggy. So what do we have going on here? Is this a wolf or some unknown cryptid that's shown itself? I've seen this video a time or two and have never heard a definitive answer as to what it is. What do you guys think? What do you make of this thing on the side of the road? A user on TikTok who absolutely loves her 3 dogs decided to share a bit of her life. She was just recording her dogs during their usual evening relaxation. About 30 seconds into the video, she had no idea she was about to capture one of the most unsettling videos TikTok has ever seen. 2 of her 3 dogs were calm and relaxed, but the other one seemed uneasy, looking at something strange down a dark hallway next to their living room. After about a minute, the woman recording the video started to feel uneasy herself, and when she glanced over, she noticed something unusual in the dimly lit corridor. If you look closely, you can see a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness, partially visible through that open doorway. You can barely distinguish a figure that appears tall and human-like, half exposed. It quickly retreats into the room it was peering from, probably a bathroom, and is once again hidden in the increasingly scary darkness. The woman filming and all of her dogs are clearly frightened at this point. And once the shadowy figure moves, she yells in shock and you can practically hear her heart pounding. But the worst part of this video is that it ends abruptly, leaving us all in suspense. I have no idea why she would stop the recording. Well, I kind of have an idea, but I'm still a little bummed. Anyhow, what do you guys think of this clip? This is the second or third one of these we've seen. Are these real or are they just hoaxes? TikTok user Casey Dostert has been drawing quite a crowd with his chilling series of videos, alluding to and indicating that his ranch might be either haunted or frequented by some puzzling cryptid. Over several months, Dostert has been dishing up a regular service of strange and unexplainable incidents from his land. These freak occurrences have caused viewers to speculate about the possible involvement of a cryptid, or at the very least some other unearthly presence. A few seconds in, the first clip rolls out with the landowner Casey filming late into the night, and we can hear noises echoing from afar, almost like some creature in pain. Casey even says they're unusually close to the house tonight, as growls of an unseen creature fill the air. These sinister sounds are like nothing they've ever heard before, and it prompts questions about their origin and nature. As he looks out from his front porch, a scared Casey says he has to reach his truck for work, but is hesitant to leave the safety of his porch given the situation. He's clearly freaked out. In this next clip, Dostert spots some movement at the far end of his property.
All right, whatever you are, you need to leave.
Almost immediately, two glowing orbs appear in the distance, suggesting eyes of a bipedal figure hiding out in the woods. Taking no chances, he lets off a warning shot to discourage the shadowy figure.
I don't think it's going to come around for a little bit.
I don't think it'll be back for a while, he says. These intriguing videos are really drumming up some questions. Is this truly a cryptid, or is there a more mundane explanation behind these spooky sightings? Some practical viewers propose the mysterious figure might just be a misidentified animal, or perhaps even a practical joke. On the other hand, many others are firm believers that the ranch is, in fact, the chosen haunt of a cryptid.
Just out of sight, like usual.
As we draw to a close, I want to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on this peculiar footage? I look forward to reading them in the comments.